Ukraine has received 18 German Leopard 2 main battle tanks, as promised by Germany, Spiegel reported on Monday. According to Spiegel, Ukraine also received approximately 40 Marder armored infantry fighting vehicles. Approximately 2 months after the decision by the German authorities to supply 18 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine, the vehicles have been handed over to Kiev. The last tanks, according to Der Spiegel, left Germany at the end of last week and have now crossed the Ukrainian border. About 40 infantry fighting vehicles Marder also arrived in the combat zone. The German government keeps the exact route of arms supplies secret for security reasons, the magazine says. Initially, Germany promised to supply 14 Leopard 2 A6 tanks to Ukraine. However, there were not enough models for a tank battalion, and Berlin decided to send 4 more vehicles to Kiev. Earlier, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius claimed that the Western Allies were encountering trouble assembling 2 battalions, about 80 tanks, of Leopard 2 tanks to deliver to Ukraine as promised in late January. The numbers have reportedly fallen grossly short now. On his part, Chancellor Scholz said in an emotionally charged speech at the Munich conference that commitment from other Leopard suppliers appears to have waned significantly since Berlin gave official approval for the transfer of Leopard 2 tanks from inventories of third countries. He said all those who can supply battle tanks of this kind should now actually do so. The Leopard 2 tanks are the most widely used in Europe, with military experts emphasizing on several occasions that a sizable number could be put together for Ukraine if allies make decent contributions. Several allies are now rising to the occasion and offering different variants of the Leopard 2 tanks from their respective stocks. On the first anniversary of the Russian invasion, Sweden's Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson and Defense Minister Paul Johnson announced Stockholm's decision to send up to 10 Leopard 2 A5 tanks. The Swedish tanks reinforce the Leopard 2 contribution other European countries make. Coordination of support is ongoing with international partners donating Leopard 2 or other tanks, the Swedish government said in a statement. Earlier, Canada had promised to deliver 4 Leopard 2 A4 tanks to Ukraine from its arsenal. However, it has now doubled its contribution and pledged 4 additional tanks. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's office said in a statement, Prime Minister Trudeau announced that Canada will provide 4 additional Leopard 2 main battle tanks to support the armed forces of Ukraine in defense of their country, growing our contribution to 8 tanks in total. 2 European countries made their pledges on the eve of the anniversary. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez announced he would send 10 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine on his second visit to Kiev. On the same day, Finland announced it would transfer 3 Leopard 2 tanks from its stock. Norway has also announced that it would donate 8 vehicles and 4 special-purpose tanks. German Defense Ministry announced on February 24 that it would send 18 Leopard 2 main battle tanks to Ukraine, 4 more than initially planned, a commitment it fulfilled today.